Hi, Nancy Ruby here, and today I'm inviting you into my bathroom because this is where I practice the sixth habit. And this is a habit of self-massage, and it's so important for our body in so many ways. But the very first aspect I wanted to talk about is something that has to do with our own body's detoxification. So what we're going to be doing is addressing how to self-massage for releasing and moving of lymphatic fluid through our body. So the lymphatic system is a detoxification system. It consists of a network of nodes and vessels and valves right under the surface of our skin. So in our armpits and in our throat and our groin, they're most superficial. And I'm sure you've felt those if you've ever gotten sick right here in your throat. And so they swell up when they're overworking. We have too many toxins in our system and they work really hard. So what happens is this lymphatic fluid, which is a clear fluid, and white blood cells circulate through our body, and it helps to get rid of the waste products. So it can help clear out viruses and bacteria and anything that our body sees as an invader. So they're going to go in like an army and help to clean this stuff out. It gets the fluid out between the cells, and it gets the fluid out from the fats. It can even draw the toxins out from our digestive system, even the fat-soluble toxins. So this lymphatic system will take those unwanted elements and move it into the bloodstream, and then it either moves it into the kidneys and then into the bladder and out, or it moves it through the liver, and then the liver is a filtration system as well. So we want to keep this moving, which is really important. And the lymphatic system needs motion, needs stimulation of circulation in order to work well. And it's very easily clogged up. It's easily moves into a place of sluggishness. And so we need to move our body. If we're sedentary, this is something that will cause a lot of edema. You might feel puffy. People's feet might get swollen. Glands get swollen. Joints get sore. And there's just this sense of feeling clogged up, literally. And Dr. Kulreet Chaudhary, who wrote the book, let's see, I've got it right here, actually, The Prime, she talks about it being fake fat. Because when our lymphatic system isn't cleansing the body, we do have this puffiness that feels like that. But it's actually just this inability for the body to release the fluids that no longer serve us. So we want to be able to extract those waste products and flush them out of our system. So this can be done in a number of ways. We learned a lot. I love this practice because it's it's an addition to our day. Our first habit of eating an earlier, lighter dinner is kind of like taking away. We're eating less. Earlier to bed, those that are night owls are taking back the time and eliminating some of that late night hours. Getting up early in the morning is eliminating the tendency to sleep in. And then we get up and we hydrate, which is an addition, in order to eliminate, which is an extraction. And then from there we move our body. And that breath body practice, which I really spoke a lot about the energy body and how important it is for our energy and to get that pranification so that our life force is flowing. But the other aspect of moving our body in the morning for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, just moving in different ways, is also this ability to stimulate our digestive system and our lymphatic system. So you could even start by doing a little rebounding. You don't have to take your feet off the ground. I am right now because I like to bounce. Or you could do some jumping jacks, which if you did my 15-minute practices, you know I like jumping jacks. When you do this, it's really important to squeeze your glutes to protect your back. Or if you don't like to jump, you could just shake. And this kind of shaking action, one, it releases tension that we don't even realize we're holding, but it also stimulates this whole lymphatic system, right? And then we're going to do these wonderful practices of self-massage. So this self-massage is all about taking our hands and healing ourselves. And most people, when we're not feeling good or we're feeling kind of low energy or we're in a state of feeling less than, it often feels really good when someone just comes up and holds your hand or puts their hand on your shoulder, or like a mother holding a child's face, or being wrapped up in someone's arms. That sense of touch is extremely healing. Coming back to prana, it's because we have energy in our hands, and that touch is also that innate connection to a sense of belonging and being held. And so the beauty of this practice of self-massage is giving love to ourselves and actually really caring for this physical body and knowing all parts of it. You might have certain areas of your body that you're either not familiar with, or you might even be avoiding if you have a sense of, oh, I don't like that body part. Or if you have extra adipose tissue, you might just be ignoring it. Like, oh, I'm not going to pay attention to that. Maybe it'll just go away. So this practice of self-massage is really a unification of ourselves with ourself. And using our hands to touch our body, first of all, physically, of course, it's affecting our circulation, our lymphatic system. It's going to really be wonderful for our skin, which is called the integumentary system. It's the largest organ in our body. And energetically, it's going to create this soothing sensation and a sense of connection. It's going to calm our energy body. It's going to calm our nervous system, which slows things down. And it will also affect our emotional body, because now we're asking to have this, we're affording this intimate relationship between ourself and our body, and we're taking care of it. We're paying attention to every single part of it. Nothing goes ignored. So there's that emotional connection, and it really creates, it's more in the, when we look at masculine and feminine, this is more that self-nurturing type. Maybe those other habits that we've been working on are really about, setting some goals and making plans and, creating your trigger habit reward system. So it's a little bit more left brain in that regard, because we're changing those habits. And this one is really more in the more the feminine side of our being, which is really extremely nourishing and nurturing. And so it goes through all these koshas, and that's what I just mentioned actually, was the physical, energetic, and emotional attributes. And also the fourth kosha, which is our wisdom body and our belief system. So we're going to talk a lot about what to use in order to massage. We're going to move away from lotions and into oils. So the Ayurvedic practices are all about oils, and I'll show you the oils that I use, and we'll go back to another chart in a little bit, and I'll show you some optional oils to use throughout different seasons or depending on your dosha type, because oils are really natural to our body. And lotions, although you might really like them, they carry a lot of extra additives that aren't natural to our body. So you might want to shift your habit around your oil and give your body the lubrication that's going to really sink in, not just on the surface of the skin, but really deeply sink into your joints. And I find this, I have been doing this very regularly now for quite a long time, over a year or two. And for me, this is a way of really caring for those joints, and I've really been able to resolve joint pain with this practice, along with hydration and nutrition. And let's see, the last is that bliss body, and when we're talking about the koshas, and that idea of just feeling really good. So this is a gift that we give to ourselves. So the first thing I want to show you is a dry brush. And this is really good, especially if you're more kapha type, which you already have kind of damp, oily skin. You might prefer to do something dry. And this is actually something I like to do in the morning because it gets the energy flowing. You could do this in place of breath body practice, maybe, because it gets the same stimulation going. So what I do, and I would do this on straight on my skin, okay? And just do short little brushes. Now you can buy a natural bristle brush in a lot of different places, so natural bristle. I'm just doing short, little, soft strokes all up towards my heart. So this is excellent for the skin. It stimulates the skin itself. And I'm brushing up because I want to brush the lymphatic fluids up. I'm going to help them come up away from gravity and towards my larger lymphatic nodes, okay, and towards my heart. So you're going to get both sides, and you don't want it to be hard. So sometimes people get really vigorous with it. They get a little too enthusiastic, and you just want it to be soft. It is cleansing the skin. You'll read, sometimes when you read about this, they'll say stand in the shower so your dead skin cells can fall in the shower, but I've never found a pile of dead skin cells on my bathroom floor. I don't think it's that intense, but you could do what you want. You want to make sure you get the booty, and then you come all the way up the side of the body and around the belly, okay, and everything's moving up into the heart. And if you can get the back body, there's even long handles, but this one, you know, if you've got some mobility in your shoulders, you can get up there. And then again, towards the heart. So I'm going to come up this way and maybe get right into the armpit. Everything moving towards the heart. Now this is very stimulating, so I don't recommend doing this at night. That's why I like to do this. This is my part of my morning routine to help wake up. And then be very light. I don't do much around the neck because my neck's very sensitive. And that's that. Now you could take a little bit more time than that, but you know, that's gonna be, you're gonna feel it. Like already I feel a little tingly. And I even have my clothes on. So when you do it on the surface of your skin, it will be even more stimulating. The second part of self-massage is called Abhyanga. And this is one of my favorite practices, as I said. Now, I like to take showers at night. This is part of my nightly routine that I work with a lot of people during the day, or I do a lot of activity. And so I like to end the day with a shower just to kind of, my intention is to wash the day away or to clear my energy field. So even if I've taken a shower in the morning, I still take one at night. And it's really good for me to use oil because hot water is actually pretty drying to the skin. And so for me, being Vata, I have pretty dry skin anyway. So adding the oil has really helped and allowed me to keep that warm hot water shower as part of my practice because it's so soothing to my emotional body, my energy body. So there's all kinds of oils you can use. I use one from Banyan Botanicals. I'm going to give you a link for this company. I think they're awesome. I use a Vata massage oil because it has very calming herbs within the oil. And this is actually sesame oil as a base, olive oil, ashwagandha, which is for stress reduction, and all kinds of other interesting Ayurvedic herbs, along with lemon verbena, tulsi, valerian, and passiflora, which are all very calming herbs. So it has a little different scent to it. If you're not used to Ayurvedic herbs, that's something that would be very new for you. You could also add, sometimes I use just sesame oil, and then I add my own essential oils depending on what kind of, if I want something stimulating, I'll do like a wild orange or lemongrass, or I'll do something very calming, lavender, or a blend called Serenity. And so you can create your own essential oil blended sesame oil, or if you tend to run kind of hot, if you're more pitta based, or if it's summer, you're going to want to use coconut oil. And they have what's called fractionated coconut oil, which stays, so it's coconut oil that stays liquid. You don't want to get the big buckets of hard. Although plenty of times I do have that oil handy too, and I just break it up and put it in my hands, and I just use that on my skin because I really do like coconut oil. So in fact, I have some here. I keep it here. I use it on my face a lot. So it's really hard, but I'll just take some out and then just warm it up in my hands. And then there it is. Now, it's also recommended that you, if you want, is to warm your oil if you're really going to take some time to give yourself a real spa treatment. So I keep my oil in a smaller bottle. So I take it from this giant bottle and I put it into this smaller bottle. And then what I can do is when I make my tea at night, is I also pour a cup of warm water into a coffee cup, and then I can put my oil into that coffee cup, bring that into the bath, take my shower, and then when I get out of the shower, I'm going to do an oil massage. So you'll see Abhyanga recommended before or after shower. Some people like to take it before, so you're massaging the oil on and then you're going into the hot water, and then that actually penetrates the oil into your skin. However, I also find that it gets a little bit oily in the shower, so you got to be careful of that. You want to clean that up with some baking soda so you don't have a slippery shower. Because my skin's dry, I like to put it right on right after I get out of the shower. My pores are now open and I'm just ready to absorb. So I use the oil after my shower, and it soaks in pretty fast. And I haven't had a problem. There's a lot of times they say use a special towel, or don't go into your sheets. My skin soaks it up so quickly that I haven't seen any residue on my towels or my bathrobe or my sheets. Everything's been fine. So now I'm going to show you what you do. You take quite a bit of oil into your hand, like a good teaspoon. And if it's not warmed in a coffee cup, you can just warm it in your hands. Okay. And what I learned from a friend who's Ayurvedic practitioner just this year is not only are you going to rub it on, but you're going to acknowledge all the fluids in your body. So we have a little mantra for this. So you start down below, and you want to actually go down the front of the body and up the back, and down the front and up the back, and down the front and up the back. And if you're watching this, it'd be really good if you stood up right now and did this with me, right over your clothes too. Let's do this together. Come on. Get on up there. And so down the front and up the back. And then we go to into the joint. You want to circle around. So I'm doing this 7 times. 7 times around the joint, 7 times up and down. And then I'm going to go to the knee. And the mantra is this, is plasma, blood, muscle, fat, bone, marrow, reproduction. Now I'm going to go to my thigh. I'm going to go down the front, up the back. Plasma, blood, muscle, fat, bone, marrow, reproduction. So we're just acknowledging all these layers of our body. Then you go to the other side. So again, down the front, up the back. Plasma, you should do this with me. Plasma, blood, muscle, fat, bone, marrow, reproduction around the ankle. If you're not going to walk on, if you're okay putting a little oil on the bottom of your feet and then putting them into slippers or socks or something, I usually avoid the bottom of the feet so I don't get it all over my floor and carpet. Now the knee, and I love doing my knees because I've damaged my knees a bit in my life, so I just, not only am I rubbing them 7 times, I'm really giving them a lot of love and saying, it's okay, knee, you're going to be fine. And they are. Plasma, blood, muscle, fat, bone, marrow, reproduction. Then you want to get your glutes, of course, circling the glutes. And some days, some nights I just do this, and it's really quick. I can do this in 5 minutes or probably less. Okay. And then you want to get the belly. Other times you might want to actually do a whole spa night for yourself and really take your time. Maybe take up to 15-20 minutes to do this whole massage. So when you go around your belly, you want to go up the right side, across, and down. So our ascending colon, and you can even do little teeny circles when you're taking more time, right? And really help massage that system, and then come across, and then down the descending colon. Now sometimes it's recommended to start at the descending and move that stuff down, okay? And across. And this is a really good thing to do too, either morning or night, to stimulate that digestive tract. And then I just like to rub the whole belly. And a lot of women especially, even men that have big bellies, we tend to ignore them. So give it a rub. Give that belly a rub and really start to develop a kinship for all parts. And you want to get the side body, so you got to reach up. When's the last time you paid attention to your side body, into your rib cage? And then what I do for my back is I put the oil and I mix it all around, and then I just put the back of my hands and then I rub it around like this. So you really can get most of it. And I think of my kidneys, and I say blood, plasma, blood, muscle, fat, bone, marrow, reproduction. So you're just paying attention to all those, because in the cleansing aspect of Ayurveda, they look at all of those systems, the plasma, the blood, the muscle, the fat, the bone, the marrow, and the reproduction. We want all those tissues to be cleansed so that the body can operate. Now the arm, I'm going to take it down the front of the arm and up the back and give that a good massage all around the shoulder. So long strokes on the long bones, and then you might even just give your shoulder a little extra. I circle around the elbow, so circling the joints, and then long strokes through the long bones around the wrist, and then your hands, especially if you use your hands a lot, and who doesn't, is really give your hands a massage. Go all through the palm and then even down each of the fingers. So when you're doing your longer session, you could actually go down each finger 7 times and keep breathing deeply and evenly. I feel like I'm getting out of breath a little bit, because I'm kind of going fast for you. And then down the long bones. And even doing this over your skin, I mean over your clothes, is very, very luxurious. It feels good. Just give yourself a massage. And then around the joints, down the arm, into the fingers. Okay, and actually using oil, it's called sneha, is the word for oil in Sanskrit, which really means a form of love. So now you want to make sure you get your throat, your neck. There's lots of lymphatic systems, so you're going to take oil and put it down the neck and really massage these lymph glands here and the throat. And you want, women, you want to make sure you get your breasts, so you're going to do like 7 times one direction and 7 times the other direction. And then get all these lymph, you can take go up and around the breast and up into the lymph glands, because that's our most superficial. And then you can think of stroking down those armpit lymph glands towards the throat, and again down. And then you also want to get your ears, so you're going to massage all around your ears. Now in the meantime, I would have been putting more and more oil on my skin as I went, and even into your ears. Putting a little oil in your ears gives a little protection against invaders. Okay, and then again taking oil, and I even use coconut oil right on my face. And just get the whole face. And we're going to talk about coming to our senses in a couple weeks and taking care of all these orifices, but you do want to kind of put a little coconut oil in your nostrils, especially living in Montana where it's really dry. It's great. It just helps it helps the little cilia that are cleansing the air that comes in. That extra oil helps to catch those invaders before they go inside. It also keeps our sinuses more lubricated. It's quite nice. So I want to get all those areas, and then you're totally massaged. So we'll take a look at what different oils you can use and more of the benefits of it. But I hope that inspired you. I hope you joined me a little bit and gave your body a little rub and just feel what it's like to really take care of yourself. So there we go. Abhyanga for you. Namaste.